What is up, people? I figured I would do a little bit of a tutorial, I guess, for Campfire Blaze, as our amazing developers, and I say our as in I'm not an employee there, don't work there, haven't hired them, but as in this amazing software has amazing developers uh, who we see as our developers because they're creating such an amazing software for writers and for tabletop RPG makers, and it's pretty much set for those making actual video games as well. One-stop shop to put everything in. All that's missing for that is some way to do an Excel spreadsheet from data in the software to that. But anyways, my name's Cyberwolf. I've done some video game recordings in the past, but I've been focusing a lot on writing, and I keep seeing a lot of questions about this software and how it works and what you can do with it and really how to start it. People get confused with all that kind of stuff. So we'll go ahead and get started right here. When you make an account with Campfire Blaze, and just we'll go ahead and go straight into this. Obviously, you'll have to sign up, email, password, confirm password, accept those two things and sign up. Or you can sign up with Google and it'll automatically log you in or time you go in from there. And this is what you'll see at first. Obviously, you won't see these two things, but this will be up here. Now, before we go into creating an account, because that one's a secret right now, and that was when I was messing around with it before I started using it, let's get to know a few things. Obviously, clicking on this will send you to this page. Up here, take you to your profile, account. You can tell them what kind of storyteller you are, set up those kind of settings. Modules, they're setting it up to where you can either do monthly subscriptions, annual, or lifetime purchases. So if you click on monthly, you can choose which ones you want and deselect the ones that you don't want. See, as you can see, none of them really go above $1 outside of the manuscript one, which is the one everyone absolutely needs if they're writing. Now, it is important to note that all these modules do have a free version, so you'll be limited on some of the things you can do. So like with characters, I can't remember the exact number, but you can only have like 10 characters in the module whatsoever. So if characters is something that you're going to be really big on and always using a lot of, you either pay monthly or yearly or lifetime purchase. For characters, spend 30 bucks, you can have all the characters you want. Not a big deal. Statistics, still working on that because we're still in the beta, but this is going to show, the words that you use, how often you use certain things in your library, all that kind of stuff, along with your characters and all that jazz. Billing, obviously, that will be determined on how you do modules. And then settings, email notifications, personal data, yada, yada, yada. Now then, something that took me a very long time to find, to realize really, is library. Here on the three dotted lines, click on library. Any project that you use, it'll automatically put it here in the library. So here, all the characters I currently have, locations, magic, it has everything that you go through, and it keeps them all separated. The only thing they don't really have is a search function, which doesn't really matter because if you just hit Control F, bring that up, and you can search for what you're looking for. So it's not really needed. So anyone that complains about that, use Control F. And then, it is important to note that if you delete something here in the library, it will disappear in your projects. And if you delete it in the projects, it will stay in the library. So you're going to have to delete it here as well if you want it completely gone. Now the guide really just goes over the little bit of information that they currently have on it. So anyone that wants to look through this instead of watching any further or watching any future videos that I may make, this is a nice quick overview that can help get you set in the right direction. So let's head back over here. Oh, wait. Obviously feedback, so report bugs and all that kind of stuff, and log out. So the first thing we're going to do, create a new project. Oh, I was impatient. That's what happens when you're impatient. They're still working on the speed of this all, so you have to bear with them on that, as it is still the beta. So when you come into the new project, obviously, here's what you got. This is how things start. So you can give it a picture, the pinned recent indexes stats, all of this stuff automatically populates depending on what you've been working on. See here an index, even though none of these, oh wait, never mind, these are. So essentially, these folders, you double click. Oh, no, they just don't work that way. See, I haven't messed with this front page very often, but that's because it just holds the data. So from what I can gather based off of what I know from the software, this white means it's open, so all the locations would pop up and you could look through them. And then double click and go straight to that location. And then notes, obviously, for setting up nodes. So to start, YouTube tutorial. Now that we're in here, first things first though, you can go to edit themes, so you can change the colors to whatever you want for everything. Theme images, background, you can have it repeating, have it stretch, round. Then you click on that. I've got images from my other project. You can add your own background image. Then you can deal with the fonts. What do you want for every single one of them? You can invite friends. So if you're ready to share, or if it's going to be a group project, you can just add them to the email, click share, and then they will be able to access this and work on it with you. Or, against you, however you guys roll. Not really a big deal. Now, if you come down to cog, again, you have share, and then you have full screen. Full screen just means it removes this top bar right there, really. Doesn't make it actually full screen. If you want it full screen, obviously, for those that don't know, not that. I don't even remember how to do it, so never mind. You can make it full screen. Another day, another dollar. All right, let's keep on going because this is what you guys care about. Anyways, so first thing we'll go over is characters. Click on that. This is the basics of what you get for a character template. Basic info is, I'm going to say, a very unique thing. You can't really do much with it if you're going to be creative, as in making a fantasy thing where you've got to have different skin colors that are out of the normal. And here's why I say that. Manage attributes. Right now, they have this closed off because it's the only way they can have all the modules connected. So, I mean, you have given name, full name, nickname, race. You can click on race just so I can show you. Choose. Right now, this is all they've got. We'll just add quite a few actually. Given name, birthday, place of residence. Just adding a few things here. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So, given name, obviously you can type that name in. Same with the birth date and place of residence. World languages. It has our world's languages, so it's not something that you can make your own language and have it attached into here yet. I don't know if they're going to add it in the future, but I do have a workaround for this. So I will be showing you that after I introduce you to the rest of this page because I find it very important for those who are creative like myself to be able to do something like that. Language fluency, obviously that's how that works. Physical build, so here's what you have for their choices on that. Indoor hobbies, outdoor hobbies. So you can see that pretty much what you have access to is for what it is in our world. So if you're going to want your own setup similar to this, you can't use the basic info tab. The only thing I mean, not tab, but window. The only thing I don't like about it is I can't delete it. They do, however, give the ability to hide it. So I always hide it. So essentially, when you come here to settings, for those who want the separation to be smaller, you go to settings. This is all you can change. I prefer to keep it at 7. That's just how I am. And I will delete them all because it's got some weird funky thing that goes on if you keep the ones that were under that old size setting, and then there's just strange gaps between it. I was hoping it would do this so I could show you. If you delete things too quickly, they're still working on the speeding process of when you delete it, it stays deleted. Essentially, it starts saving before you delete this and doesn't stop saving until after it's already gone, so that comes back. It does that with everything when you're writing, typing, all that. It's fine. It's getting faster every week, so they are working on making it fluid and perfect for all you speedy users like myself. Anyways, so first off, I like to use what's called a list panel, and then I'll make this my basic info, and we'll go over that later. As you can see, the panels you have are text. I'll add that, because this is a perfect time to go over it. Stats, image. I already have list, tables. Love it when you do that. And links. See what happens when you move too fast. So, that's fine. I will take my time. And now, because I'm not sure which ones are which for some of them, I'll have to take a quick guess. This one is links. So how links work. Add a link. Right now, I don't have anything specifically in this thing of mine. So essentially, I'll just click on the character. So right now, it's linking to itself. So character events, event locations, general links. They're working on adding more links and to make this more streamlined. And the reason why I say that is with this links window, you can only have one of them currently. So if you're wanting one that's for friendly relationships and then enemies and all that kind of stuff, then link them together, you can't do that. And I'll show you why. See, new character, new character. And if I were to decide to delete it, deletes it on that one. So for now, can't do that. They have said that they are working on making that more streamlined so that you can have as many windows as you want that are links, link windows. And that is why, for the moment, I use lists. So I can say hair color. And then you can either type it in if you want to, but if you are like me and you're going to have tons of characters, then you're going to need to do something. Go over here to Encyclopedia. You can either create your own if you're creating new ones, or create a folder so you can have them all separated. But I'm going to link from the library. I'm going to type in hair color because that's the way I chose to have my system. And you see I have all of these here. Now, sadly, for the time being, you cannot do as many of them as you want at a time. It has to all be one at a time. So I'm just going to add a few. Oh, okay. Took a minute there. I'm going to go back up here to characters. Click on this new character. Now, if you do shift and then number 2, so you for that @ symbol, it brings you up to this. Now, when you have a whole bunch of them, obviously the search window is the way to go. Not sure why it's gone and made them all so many gray ones, but that's probably something they're still working on. Like I said, currently it is the beta. So click black. There you go, now it's black. And if it's anything really, you can double click on it and it'll take you to it, tell you all about it. Obviously, because it's black, we already know. We know what black hair is. There needs to be no description for it. Now then, we've gone over links, we've gone over the lists, and how I do the whole basic info for the panel that I chose to hide under here. And as you can see, you can pretty much have as much as you want. I try to keep it all like this so that I don't have to scroll or go sideways. It really is user preference on that. So here, this is the image one. Obviously, you can pick the image. So if you have an image of your characters, or as you can see on my maps, when we get into the other modules, you'll see that. This one is just for data tables. That's really all you have for it. You type in the column, you type right there, and you have what you need. Now this one I believe is just the text one, so random text. So here you can type pretty much whatever you would like. You can also use the, nope, doesn't allow you to do it, the shift +2 to get whatever you want there. So that also works here. It also works, what is this one? Stats. It also works with the links. It works with the column ones, I believe. Yep. So it honestly works almost anywhere. So the last one, stats. So this one will be height. Oh no, that's not where you put it. Feet, height, weight, pounds. So only numbers will work in these. So if you put in letters, it won't let you type it. 585 feet. And so that means they're probably going to be like 9,000 pounds. There you go. So that's how that works. So say you have all this and now you want to have the backstory. Obviously you can type in what the whole life story of your character if you'd like. That way the information is all here in one spot. Now, obviously, for some, that won't be enough. I say for some because it's not for me. And I could show you guys mine down the road if you'd like. So you can name this whatever you want. Combat methods. And then you can just continue to add as you'd like. Reshape them, do what you like, yada yada. As you can see, the gap is back, and that's not really a big deal. You just have to go back in the settings, change that to the number you want for every single one of those. I don't know why it's not set up to automatically do it to all of them. We'll know more when they decide to do a video. So, say you like the setup, you're going to use it for all of your characters. You'd go here to templates. The one that we started out with was character basics. So, you come up here, click on the plus, new template, do rename. I'm going to say YouTube template, and now it's there. Now, I would recommend, if it's going to be the most common one you use, that you hit set as default. So every single time you create a new one, go back here. It has it there. It's important to note that if you have information already in here, it's going to send it over as well. So if you don't want that, but you want hair color and then eye color, all that jazz, you want this to stay the same, you just delete that stuff. And then you can come back to template and click save over. Now, when you create a new character, that data is not there. So now you know it's good, set, ready to go. Now then, say you're like, well, I need to use a different one this time, but I'm not going to use it very often. Then you can just go to templates. I'll show you guys mine real quick. Basic character template, you can just hit load. And as you can see down here, a lot more popped up. And that's because it kept the old ones and put the new ones. So all you gotta do is, not sure why it's not letting me, maybe it's because I'm in it? No, I didn't realize that before. Let me see. Yeah, no, it won't let me delete it that time. I'll have to look into that because I didn't realize that that happened. Anyways, as you can see for me, portrait, additional info from when on left because I use this for the start of the basic info and then this for the rest. All the character traits, relationships. See, this is what I was talking about right now. Everything's exactly the same, so I haven't used it yet. Combat training, family tree. So yeah, that's how mine works. Anyways, now on to relationships. There's nothing really here yet because I don't have any. You know what? Let's make this easy. Bob. That was one way to do it, or you can right click and do this. Jill. Frank. Okay. Relationships. It's important to note, I've already reported this bug, that if you create something without naming it before swapping over to a different section or module, that for some reason it makes more than just one, but it's all the same one. So I will remove that real quick, otherwise that'll drive me nuts. And then type in relationship. Alright. So as you can see here, you can change the color to pretty much whatever you want, obviously. I will do this. Bob. Jill. And new character. Guess it didn't save that name. Anyways, let's have some fun here. As you can see right now, it's only going one way. Click on that, it doesn't have any arrows. Delete color, obviously, not a big deal. Don't want to delete it right now. So the reason for that, clicking on it gets rid of it too. Awesome. See, I'm learning new things all the time. So you have this right here, and maybe you want to say one-way relationships. So Jill likes Bob, Bob doesn't like Jill. Same goes with that. Mutual relationship. Then I'll click on that. Can't really see it, so we'll do this. There we go. Got rid of the arrow. That way you can see that it goes both ways. That's how these work, for those that need that visual showing of how it works. And as you can see, the lines will move with you. Delete the panel if you want to, double click on it and it'll take you to the character and you can do what you want with it. So that's how I will leave the first video. If there's anything that I might have left out, which there probably is because there's a whole bunch of stuff, because I haven't messed with export yet. We already know what share does and settings and templates. Full screen obviously just removes the bar. So again, if there's anything that you feel I left out, if you have any questions over anything that I went over from the creation of the project, the home, and the character module, please go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I will get to you. If I don't know the information, I will contact the devs for an answer. Unless you want to, of course, join their Discord channel, which I will make sure I put the link down below so that you can join and ask yourself if you would like. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good one.